102.7 WMOM. Talking with Drew Baldridge. Drew, a country music star from, we're neighboring states, by the way, but are you in Illinois right now or not?
No, so I live in Nashville. I've been in Nashville for about 12 years.
All right.
But, born and raised in southern Illinois there on a family farm, and moved down here right out of high school to chase this music stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And has it been a good ride or not?
Man, it has been. I've been very, very blessed, and I've had, this music industry is such a thing of roller coasters, ups and downs and ups and downs. And, I've had record deals. I've lost record deals. I got new ones. And so, I mean, it's been so good to me, but also, when you're chasing your dream, there's also just trials that you have to overcome while you're doing it. And, I've been very, very lucky to make a living playing music for the last 12 years of my life.
Well, you're doing great. And when Janelle and I were talking just the other day about connecting with you here on the air, we were like, hey, you know this song? And she's like, I know that song. And then just to be able to read a little bit more about you, understand a little bit more about you. And that's what we want to do over the next couple of minutes, if that's okay, is for the listeners just to understand who Drew is. We were watching the video that goes along with the song that we're going to add to rotation this morning. That's yours, and it didn't hit me until like a few moments into it that it's like, hey, that's Drew's wedding, right? I mean, that's from your own wedding.
It is. So this song has been so special to me. It's called "She's Somebody's Daughter," and I wrote this song after meeting my now wife. At the time, she was just my girlfriend. I met her dad for the first time. I wrote it years ago, and it was just always something that meant so much to me and her family. And, I wrote it as a message to myself to never forget. If I break her heart, I'll be breaking her mama's heart and her daddy's heart too. And so I wrote this song as a message to myself to never forget. I've even got it engraved on the inside of my wedding ring. And I made a special wedding version so she could dance to it with her dad at our wedding. And it's kind of the first time it's ever been used in a wedding. And her dad and her danced to it. I cried like a baby. It was just awesome. It was like the coolest moment ever.
That's awesome.
Fast forward, we were on our honeymoon, and I jumped on TikTok. Don't judge me for jumping on TikTok.
No,
I jumped on TikTok and I said something along the lines of like, hey, if you guys, like this song, I think I said something like, if this gets 3,000 likes, I'll put it out on Friday. And it was the wedding version of "She's Somebody's Daughter." And man, we posted it, and the next morning I woke up and it had almost 10 million views.
Yeah.
And it had like 1 million likes. And then my life was just forever changed from, putting it out into the world and seeing it became a daughter trend on TikTok, and, over 300 million people played it on there. And it's just mind blowing how much this song has been listened, and now all, our other music's being streamed and listened to too, and now on the radio. And so it's just been a whirlwind last couple of years of, going from nothing, from losing my record deal in 2019 and my booking deal and my agent deal and not having anything, to all of a sudden having the two biggest years of our life over the last couple of years, just because of, the listeners and the people that listen to our music, has just really just changed our life in a big, powerful way.
And how much has Katie? Katie's your wife, and if I got her name wrong, I apologize about that.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, Katie, she's obviously we're a team in this, and it just takes a team effort. I'm, right now I'm jetting out to be gone for 5 days, and she has to take care of our 10-month-old son, and that it's definitely getting harder touring these days with a little baby boy. And she, it takes a lot of sacrifice from both sides, and she's always been so supportive, and she's such a big part of my music. If you go down and listen to my songs on YouTube, you'll see her in about 3 or 4 music videos at least of her. Just, she's kind of my muse, so to speak, of why I love to write songs and love songs. And, she's a big part of all that. And
if you're just joining us, we're talking with Drew Baldridge, country music star, But Drew, you had a chance to, and this is kind of the surprise that we want to share with you, is that Janelle and I do the morning show on both Hot Country Hits 99.9, our country station, and as well our pop Hot AC station 102.7. So we're on both of those stations right now here on the morning show. And you came out with not only the original version, then the wedding version, but a third version where you teamed up with a fellow superstar as well.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was like, that's what's so cool about the age that we're in with social media and things is just the capability to reach so many people. And, I'll never forget, I was on Instagram, I think. No, I was on TikTok. I started getting tagged in all these videos. And it was like, man, this guy's rapping to your song. You ought to check it out. And I was like, well, I don't know about rap on She's Somebody's Daughter, but
Right.
Well, let's go listen to it. And so there's a guy named Lathan Warlick, and he posted a video of rapping to my song, and I went and listened to it, and I fell in love with it. I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that this actually works. Mm-hmm. And I hit him up. He hit me up. His video got about 10 million views on it, and we put it out together. And it's just been really special to watch this song now reach a whole different group of people that would have never heard it before, but with putting Lathan on it.
Absolutely.
It's now reaching a whole new group of people. And then, not only do we have 3 versions, we have a 4th version that we sent to radio. It's called the reimagined version. We wanted to give radio something new to play. So it's funny. We got all these versions of this song.
Well, we're honored to have you here. We're going to, if it's okay, in a few minutes, we'd like to play the wedding version, if that's okay with you, and then your version that you teamed up and did that remix. We're going to play on 102.7. So it's going to be hopefully kind of a first. We're going to play 2 different versions of your song as simultaneously on both of our radio stations with you on the morning show this morning.
Well, I've never been played on a Hot AC station, so this is 100% a first for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really, really exciting. So thank you so much for doing that.
Well, I think you're doing great out there, and I don't know if I can fathom this. And Janelle, if you can think about this for a moment. He's got 36 million views on just the wedding version of this song, and She's Somebody's Daughter. And for the listeners, they're going to probably gravitate to it pretty quickly. They're going to identify that with that. Mm-hmm. But Drew, how does it feel for people to be saying that this is the 2023 wedding song of the year? This is the song that people are leading out to when the daughter dance, the dad and daughter dance happens.
Man, it's just so crazy and so humbling. It's like been doing music for 12 years, always trying to write songs that mean something to somebody. Ever since I've been 16, 17, writing songs in my bedroom, it's always been like, man, I really hope I write something that just resonates and people need in their life. And so, to watch this song means so much to dads and so much to daughters. And, now I'm getting tagged every weekend in different videos where dads are dancing with their daughters and people are crying. And it just, man, it means so much to me. And to know that this song, like you said, just on the, the wedding version alone on YouTube has over 30 million views. I just can't believe it. And now, over 100 million streams, and just, it's crazy to think that 100 million people have heard your song and a song that's so special to me, that means so much to my family now, to know that, hey, it means a lot to a lot of people out there. And that's, I feel like God gave me this gift for a reason, and I finally feel like I'm using it for the right purposes. And it's been very, very exciting to watch it, and hopefully continue to watch it climb the chart. This is I didn't have a record deal. I just hired my whole own team out, my own record company, because this song streams so much. And so I'm taking this to radio by myself. So every time somebody plays it, it just means that much more, because it's solely just me and the song doing all the work. There's no big, machine behind it pushing buttons. It's just people really wanting and wanting to listen to this song.
And that has to come with its own challenges, though. Do you mind sharing that with our audience this morning? And hopefully you're doing okay making your way to the airport. I think we heard you get into your vehicle. It sounded like a truck.
You did.
Is it a truck, Drew?
Yeah. No, I got in an Uber here.
Okay.
And, they're going to take me and drop me off. So
all right, that's
I'm
good.
just driving along in the back.
That's funny.
But yeah, man, it definitely comes with a lot of challenges. And in 2019, like I told you earlier, I lost everything. I didn't know what I was going to do. It was kind of one of those moments. I knew me and my wife were going to get, at that time she was my girlfriend. We were going to get married eventually. I wanted to propose to her and didn't know how that was going to look without being able to make, the money I was making music. And then all of a sudden I started just putting out songs and people started listening, streaming it, and just really changed my life. And, I'll be honest, I thought I was going to get a record deal again. I thought somebody would want to sign me here in Nashville. And, the music that we were creating was connecting, and, a song like She's Somebody's Daughter was getting streams, and I just couldn't get anybody here in Nashville to get as excited about it as I was. And so I went out and, created my own label and hired my own staff to help me get this song out to radio and to the public in a bigger way than what it was. And yes, there's definitely, some trials in that. Obviously your music has to make, not to get too businessy, but your music has to make enough money to pay for everything. We're very, and also it's your baby. You have to make decisions. You have to be the one that runs the team and kind of fronts all that. And so, it's definitely learning a whole other side of the business that I've been very blessed. I've been by myself for the last couple of years, so I've learned a lot. But, most of the time you have a Warner or a Universal or a Sony pushing all the buttons for you and making things happen. And now it's just our little team out here getting every radio play that we can and just really, not taking any of that for granted and being very thankful along the way. And, we got a song in the 50s on the radio charts that's climbing every week. And we're very excited to see where we can take this. And I really believe that we can see it even up the chart even more. And at the end of the day, even if this just hits, 1 million new people at country radio and we don't get it to number one, but we get it top 20 or top 30 and just hits a whole new group of people, it was worth it, because the message of the song is so important. And I just want people to know the message of that song of just, treat women right and know their worth. And that's what this song is all about.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question for you, Drew. If you were to pick out any song that you've made, what would your favorite song be? Say besides this one.
Oh, man, it's hard. It's like asking your favorite kid.
Right.
That's tough. It's so hard. Obviously, She's Somebody's Daughter has changed my life. And so, obviously it's a favorite for a lot of reasons, just because, it allowed me to go back to radio. It allowed me to have a whole new group of listeners. It did so much for me, and also means so much to me because of my wife and why I wrote it. But there's a couple of songs that have really, shined on. We put out a record in September of last year called Country Born. And on that record, there's some really great songs that I love. There's a song that stands out. It's called Legacy. And a lot of y'all probably haven't heard this song yet, but I wrote it about my grandpa who passed away. And, after having my 10-month-old baby boy, I got to thinking, after when my wife was pregnant, like how hard it was going to be to, that my son was never going to meet my grandpa. Mm-hmm. And it really hit home with me. And then I got to thinking, I was like, what am I talking about? He's going to get to meet my grandpa because I knew my grandpa, and legacies just keep passing on, pass it down. And so that's kind of where this song came from. It's just like, legacies never die if you don't forget them. And that's that's probably one of my favorite songs I've ever written. Every time we play it live, I get goosebumps and get to think about my grandpa for a good 3 minutes. So if anybody's lost anybody out there, your dad or your uncle or your grandpa, I think you should go check this song out and it'll hit home with you.
Well, and you put a lot of lyrics, a lot of your feelings, of emotion, a lot of your life in your songs, and it's pretty powerful that you put your family in there too. Obviously, we talked about your wife, but I had a chance to see a YouTube video of you interviewing your own family from your perspective, and that was pretty powerful. And so having that close tie to them, that connection, it sounds like it's an important part of your life. It's a major part of your life.
It is. Growing up on a farm, it was just like we were together all the time. So family was really close. We worked together. We were every day together and all in that. I mean, I'm from a town of 550 people. It was really, really small. And so everybody, your whole town is almost like your family. I mean, I only graduated high school with 22 kids. So really, really small community. And so, my grandpa grew up there. His dad did, and his dad did. So we farmed the same family ground for over 100 years and just been passed down and passed down. So everybody's really, really close, and my brother still farms that ground, and my dad and mom still live there in that little town. And so it's just the upbringing and where I'm from, obviously, it plays a big part on who I am today and what my music says and where, I want to see my music go and what it needs to sound like sonically. So, yeah, I mean, that all pays a big, tip the hat to where I'm from and who raised me.
Absolutely. Well, we don't want to hold you up too much longer. We just want you to know that we're embracing you in our little small community that we have here in West Michigan, and we'd love to have you come here and spend some time with us in the future. Maybe we get you here at Styx or another location here, and bring you up and the people can experience, because you're flying out to a concert, I believe, later tonight. You're flying somewhere to play. Is that right?
Yeah, so I'm in Nashville right now. We're flying to Denver. We play in Denver tonight. We play in Pennsylvania tomorrow. Then I'm going to go home to Illinois and deer hunt for a couple of days. And, got me a show in New Jersey after that on Sunday. But yeah, we're almost in a different time zone every day this week. It's been hectic, but yeah, we're playing shows all the time. So we'd love to come up there and play for you. So you got my number now. Just hit me up and let's put something together and come up there and play for everybody. All
right, we'll try to make that happen. All right, we need a favor from you as part of this, and that is we're going to we want you to introduce the song with Lathan Warlick that you teamed up with him on for our listeners on 102.7 WMOM. We'll have you introduce that song, if you don't mind. Give us just a quick foundation there. We'll start that song, and then we'll do the same thing on our country station for the wedding version of your song of She's Somebody's Daughter. Is that fair? Can we do that together today?
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
It's all up to you then for that remix version with Lathan there.
Hey, y'all, this is Drew Baldridge, and this is my new single, She's Somebody's Daughter. I wrote this song after meeting my wife's dad for the first time, so it means the world to me. Teamed up with my buddy Lathan Warlick to put together this awesome remix for you. Here it is, She's Somebody's Daughter, the remix.
All right. And for all of us here on Hot Country Hits 99.9, home of your new country and your old-time favorites, this song, Janelle, when I was looking at the music video, I could tell that this was going to be something that when the wedding part, when the bride and groom sit down and say, what should be our first song, and what should be this song for our daughter and the daddy and daughter dance, and mom and son dance, and everything else that goes along with it, you could tell that this was going to be a super hit. It was going to be something that, Drew, we appreciate you putting that out there, because just after COVID, we have everybody's been going through some stuff out there, and now you have something to look forward to. So as the 2023 wedding song of the year, will you do us a favor for our country listeners now? Will you introduce that wedding version for us?
Yeah, for sure. Hey, guys, it's Drew Baldridge. This is my song, She's Somebody's Daughter. I wrote this song so my wife could dance to it with her dad at our wedding. I'm so excited for y'all to hear it. Here it is. It's She's Somebody's Daughter.
She's more than just a pretty face in a late night bar. more than just a pair of tight jeans sitting in your car. She's more than a last call kiss or a one night stand. Remember, boy, you weren't the first to